Welcome to the SketchCraft show. Ashley is not here, so I take her icon off. Boom, gone! Alright, everybody, welcome to SketchCraft Live, the podcast. Oh my gosh, you have found me in the cave. Joining me in the cave tonight is Brandon Megalette Heavy James. Say hello.
It's all about the boys tonight.
Oh, wait, let's see. Hello?
Hello?
Is Brandon there? Nope. Brandon's not there. Merge calls. Is Brandon there? No. See what happened?
Do you want to hang up and call me back?
Oh,
Ashley, are you there?
Yeah.
Oh, we're live.
Can you hear me?
Well, this is a great start.
Okay. Hey, sorry, I didn't know there was a I thought there was a podcast, but I didn't see a doc, and then I was eating, and then I didn't see this till now, so sorry.
Well, you got us literally as we started. I just took your
cool.
icon off. And so now I put
literally
it back on.
joining
Put it
us
back
on the
on.
podcast is Ashley Never Late West.
Hey, I put a document up, so I was like, okay, I guess there's one.
Slow feather. All right, Ashley, it's all good. It has been 2 weeks since the last podcast. Now, if you guys I want to do some quick SketchCraft updates. One, if you notice the last episode has less views, it isn't because people aren't watching it. It's because I never notified people that it was being posted. I was testing. See, there's this thing in YouTube where how I used to do it was we'd stream, we'd get done, it would automatically go live onto the YouTube channel. And what happened is people would get a ton of notifications, and they all had the same thumbnail, right? And it would just say SketchCraft Live, which is fucking annoying. I don't know how I gained subscribers doing that, but it worked. So I figured out at some point that, you can do this thing where you can have it not post it. It just stays in a queue until I can add a thumbnail and, the fucking info, all that shit. So I've done that. But I had this problem, right, where every time I would post a new video and make it live, we'd lose subscribers. And I've talked about this before, right, Ashley?
I think so.
Sometimes Ashley pays attention when I'm talking.
No, I'm sorry. My dog is like trying to make a bed in a backpack or something.
Well, we support
Hold
all
on.
dogs.
I gotta mute myself real quick.
Okay. So, Brandon, are you there?
Always. I'm always there.
So you know what I'm talking about, right? When I post a video and then we lose subscribers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I read this article, right, about how top YouTubers are noticing that when they post new videos, they lose subscribers. It's really weird, right? And I'm like, that sounds like me. And then there's all these conspiracy theories about how it's YouTube and they're trying to game the system so they don't have to pay people ad money. And I'm like, fucking, I don't know, man. But I wanted to see what would happen if I posted the video and didn't notify people. If they get the same amount of views, if they get less views, if I lose subscribers. So far, the only difference is I still have subscribers and got less views. So
when you say lose subscribers, are you saying like more than 10? I mean, can you tell?
I lost 50 once.
How much?
50.
50 at a time? Okay, yeah, I just want to... All right.
Now, you could say some of those might be bots or something that YouTube just naturally gloms upon. That all being said, look, I mean, I do subscribe to YouTube channels, so I know what it's like to see, I got all these videos. And I'm a big fan of Collider Video. They do post an enormous amount of videos, and they'll take the podcast that they do and cut it up into smaller bits and then post these little ones. And I think they just finally admitted they're going to stop notifying people of those little ones. But if they want views, I don't know. So anyhow, that episode it isn't because people don't like hearing about Miyazaki or something. It's because I never notified anyone, and I'm like, well, we'll just see how that goes. In the meantime, if we look over at the YouTube channel, let's go check out what I've been up to, and then we'll move to Ashley in a second here. Let's go to the Cintiq, desktop with. Oh, look, here I am. So this is sketchcraft.com. I did a new Batman Copic piece. Those real-time videos are going to go live today or tomorrow. Let's go to the YouTube channel. And oh shucks, I'm gonna go live. Oh, that takes me right to the Sketchcraft Live page. Here we go. So we got some new One Punch Man real-time videos up. You can see the Miyazaki's around 88, whatever. And the speed draw came up. This was fun, right? The Mega Man speed draw where I complained for about an hour, and that went real fun. So we got some new stuff coming up. Also, Brandon. Is it on this one, Brandon? No, it's on 50, right?
50.
Brandon's been busy actually participating. Let's go to the playlists, and let's check out podcast live, and we'll come to from episode 50 on up. Moving forward, we will now have timestamps. Ooh, look at the timestamps, right? So Brandon's actually having to listen to all the podcasts, figure out what we're talking about, and then put in the times. So if you just want to hear us complain about the DC multiverse or Ashley making a bad joke about, I don't know, PlayStation, then you can just click right there and go check it out, you know. And then in the future, over the next couple years, I'll have them go and timestamp all the other 50 fucking episodes, but it's not that important right now. So, I know, timestamps. Seems like a pretty ridiculously simple thing to do, but, you know, whatever, guys, you know. One little piece at a time. On the development front, I have been busy. Let's go check out the Instagram. Working on things. Instagram wants to open. So I finally hit 17,000 subscribers. Yay me. Also, we can see some of the Copic stuff here from the Batman that we did in progress. I got a Daredevil Punisher commission I got to get going. This one's late. So this is the Silhouette Ruffy, which I did the other night. I'm going to do a further podcast on our art tips on composing multiple images. It was brought up to me that apparently I like to develop multiple images simultaneously, and this is true, but I didn't really think about it, and that came from working in t-shirts. So there's an art tips. Also, I got some new brushes, and I made a Bill Watterson tree. This is 100% digital, so that was kind of fun to do, kind of fucking around with these brushes. And then I got a GTA cover. So remember a couple weeks ago I said I ended up in this magazine, this French gaming magazine? I have it right here. Ooh, French. The Game. They come from France. And they did a nice little whatever bit on me. They put the art in there. They're like, Sketchcraft is awesome, wherever the fuck it is. Oh, here it is. Boom. And then I said, hey, thanks for that. Came out really great. If you ever need some art, let me know. And they said, how much do you charge? And I said, this much, that much. And so I'm going to do a Grand Theft Auto cover. So I started doing some sketches. Here. I have a layout worked out, and I'll be streaming that tomorrow morning. So tomorrow during the day. I'm about 85% back to normal schedule. About 85%. So the daytime streams will commence hopefully tomorrow. Maybe the day after if something happens. But the fact of the matter is, I haven't been getting to bed at very good times. So I get up. I've been falling asleep around 5 a.m., getting up at 7 a.m., and then having to take a nap around 1. It's really a nightmare.
I hear you, Rob. I go to bed at like 4:30, and my mom's like already getting up, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm going to bed." I'm like, yeah, it's kind of weird. So,
Must be nice to stay up all night to work on art.
well, yeah, but then I mean, whatever. Like,
Both
I don't get that much sleep. I get like 4 hours of sleep a night. I'm like half crazy.
6 hours is optimal.
Yeah,
You
I
get
get
less than
6,
that.
but sometimes I get 4. Sometimes I get 4, but usually 6.
Yeah. So we're almost there, folks. People were like, "How come when are you gonna stream during the day?" I'm like, as soon as I'm fucking awake in the middle of the day. I don't like this at all. And then I got to do it all over again in January. I got to be up an hour earlier because of the way things are working out over here. But that being said, things are going good. Now, I want to wrap this up on a final note. If you've been on the Facebook, I made a post today. uh, I took August commissions and I got almost done with August commissions minus 2 that were from June, and these were big ones. That Dark Knight, which I just finished, and there was an Overwatch with Mercy and a bunch of plushies. Um, and then I got this. My wife got this opportunity in this new job, and we moved states, which you guys have all heard a million times. So I've had some backlogs with the commissions, and today was the day one guy was like, I'm trying to wrap up all my commissions or his commissions that are out in the wild, and so basically he didn't like that I was taking too long and wanted a refund. And it happens. You know, what kind of sucks about it? It was the Venom one, right? That I was laying out. Remember, I did the layout, the big Venom, like chunking in, and so
Yeah.
that's annoying.
Wait, that was the one?
Yeah,
That was the one?
yeah, he
I
wants a
like that one.
refund.
That was going to be a really cool piece.
Well, he apparently didn't want to wait, so
Uh,
I know. But I didn't want to throw the guy under butts. Cause I'm not mad at him. These things sort of happen. It's only happened
yeah.
to me twice. This probably being 3 times. This being the third. Um, But I think I posted, in all fairness, I posted a little sad face when they cancel your commission because you're taking too long. Hashtag the one that got away. Now, there was interesting feedback. Some people were trying to
Great,
give me
great white buffalo.
what, Brandon?
No, great white buffalo.
What's Great White Buffalo?
You don't know? You don't know that? You never seen
No,
Hot Tub Time Machine?
no.
Ashley, you seen Hot Tub Time Machine?
No.
Oh, you guys both fucking suck. In the movie, John Cusack, the girl who got away, he calls it. She says, "Oh, the one who got away." All the buddies in the car go, "Great white buffalo," and the younger kid in the car has no fucking idea what they're talking about. It's just the one that got away, like a chase. All right, sorry, I should have done a Chase and Amy reference.
My guess is it was actually funny in the movie, Brandon.
You would have got okay if I would have done a Chase and Amy reference. You would have got it, but Ashley wouldn't have got it. She hasn't seen it. You seen
Well,
Chase and Amy, Ashley?
No, I've only heard of it.
she didn't get your fucking shitty reference anyway, so
Well, you guys don't watch funny shit. Hot Tub Time Machine's fucking great.
I don't watch
In fact,
funny
I should
shit.
I should make it a topic on the next podcast. Why people should watch Hot Tub Time Machine.
Why don't you explain that right now?
Okay, it's funny. It's got great actors, and the story's actually pretty cool for a time traveling movie that involves a hot tub. It's good all around. I like all the actors in it. You should go watch it. It's hilarious.
The name's really alliterative and really fun to say.
Have you even seen the trailer for Hot Tub Time Machine, Ashley?
When did that come out? That was
Oh,
that was a while ago.
Part one. The second one wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
I remember sort of the commercials.
Oh, stop it! Don't pacify me. All right, moving on.
It's like on a
Robbed,
red
one
box,
got away.
yeah.
Blah blah.
Are we done? Are we
Hey
done?
man, when I take it off the rails, I go way off the
Do
rails.
we? Okay. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you for that. So, back to the podcast. Here we go. There was some people who made some good points for commissions if you ever take them and you don't know what you're doing. This wasn't the case for me. But it was funny. It was like, don't take off more than you can chew. Factor in extra time. I'm like, man, I know. Like, how can you factor in? Never mind, man. Like, there's a lot of nifty advice and some funny comments in there. It's pretty good. So hopefully the person who canceled doesn't fucking take it all personal and shit. But that being said, I think it's slightly ridiculous, being that given everything I've done and
I'll agree.
everything I do tend to put into the commissions and everything I posted everything, right? Like I have
Yeah.
been very. I think he was like, "You didn't let me know what's going on. You haven't talked to me." I'm like, "I don't even know your. I don't know their names. I write their names. Here how it works, folks. I when I get a commission, I put your name and your shipping address into an Excel document and my Trello, and I just keep track of the art. I don't remember who owns what. I barely remember Kyle is getting the One Punch Man. You know, I'm like, huh, who got the One Punch Man? I have to go look at my documents. I don't keep this up here. Up here's for making fun of Brandon, you know, or designing my Planet Coaster theme park, which I am designing up here right now. It's going to be really cool. I'm going to call it Dick Butt Gardens. And I'm going to put it below sea level so they're beneath us. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. Dick Butt the Coaster, Dick Butt the Water Slide. It's going to be totally juvenile. But that's going to be my Christmas. So
That's awesome, though.
yeah,
I mean, juvenile is awesome. Sorry.
can't wait for Planet Coaster. All right, everybody. Ashley, you have been busy. You actually had to cancel last week's podcast because you're so busy. So
What? No, I didn't.
explain yourself. Go.
Canceling?
Go explain.
I was posting. I mean, I've just been okay. I finished Velthanius. Like I guess I call it promo art, but just like new art that I can like decorate my banners with and stuff, and use just for various things to explain who they are and what they're doing. Anyway, and so I did that, and it's basically like a cell shade piece. I'm gonna make some prints of. Like I just finished my last commission this last week, Kira commission for my Kickstarter. So now I can order all my prints and stuff. And so I'm gonna order some of these new Velthanius promos with all that other stuff. You know, get it in one go, and so I can maybe sell a few of those prints on the side. As well. And so yeah, so basically this week I'm just like getting all the prints together for my Kickstarter and yada yada. That's kind of what I'm doing. And
We're
then I'm
looking at
sketching.
your Akira
Okay,
piece
yeah.
of
Sorry, the
random
thing's
graffiti
behind,
thing.
so I'm kind of like
and your
kinda-
thumbnail.
yeah.
Let's go.
So like I did the yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. So it's that's Akira, and then yeah, I did that yeah, it's kind of graffiti. Yeah, people really hate text. Hate it.
The
I don't
Kira
know
came
why.
out great.
No, I know, but I'm talking about the text one that you do, and like people hate whenever I post text. They're like, yeah, we don't want to see your damn text.
No, not really. You know, if all you have to do is take that exact thing and work in like the Batman, you know what I mean, somehow in
yeah.
there, and then they're gonna
Yeah.
get like a billion fucking
Still, it's
views.
like pencils, good, then colored, and then yeah, but yeah. So I was just like working out some city stuff, like for Velthanius, because it's really cyberpunk. So I like kind of did like a security camera and some street lights, and like a crosswalk or cross don't cross, and then I got little Ogle up there. He's like, hey, I got my 2 new shoes, and he's like, just hanging there in midair. So yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, and Velthanius, that's my, like, every time he sees Velthanius something, that's my stuff. That's my story. Those are my
Hector would like to know, Ashley, why you censored that Thane pic.
I didn't censor it. There's 2 versions. There's one where it's got Colby, Alexa, Ogle, Id, and Thane, and then there's one where it's just Thane and Alexa, and Thane's all happy, and Alexa's like, oh my gosh. And then, yeah, so I've got like 2 versions. The only reason why I didn't post the other version is because people are like, what's going on with his crotch? And I'm like, I don't feel like explaining
Brandon.
that right.
Yeah, I didn't want to be like, hey, Ashley, is that dude's dick?
Is there teeth on that?
Dick
yeah,
bud.
there are.
I didn't be like, hey,
I like how Brandon has to finish his Mountain Dew first before he.
cherry Coke tonight. Cherry Coke.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola.
Yeah, but it's all the more reason to check it out. If there's a monster dick, we got what?
Look, Ray, you're gonna get Brandon really excited.
That's the like unofficial term for it right now. So.
No, I didn't even want to ask. I mean, but you know, I'm looking at the shit.
But you did.
Well, here's the thing is, I
didn't even want to do that, but I did it.
Hey, you know what? It's causing a conversation. This is good.
Right, Rob. If you came over to my house and my dick was out, you would be like, "Hey,
I'd
man."
walk out. No, I wouldn't go. Hey, I would just turn around and leave and go
I'm not gonna
home.
Follow Ashley's page because of
that is a completely different conversation. That's not even remotely
weird dick thing. So and I didn't want to insult her and be like, "Hey, Ashley, what's up with that dick art?" So I just said, hey, is it what I think it
But
is?
it's not really a dick. It's really kind of like a monster. Okay, that's the thing. Is it only looks like one, sort of. It's not really.
You know-
I mean, you know what I mean? No,
Right.
you don't.
Okay. Thank you, Brandon. It's good to know that we can just take 20 minutes to delve into the nightmare. So, Brandon, what have you been up to?
Somebody.
Yes, blame the guy asking about it. Not the.
Okay.
Hey, Adam. Sorry.
Brandon,
I do nothing. I do nothing.
you did some timestamps.
Yeah, timestamps. I did that.
Got some artwork coming
I've
up.
been working on the YouTube page, trying to update the timestamps. That takes a little longer than I thought because I'm really trying to make sure they sync up and line up good. Working on some thumbnails. You did the breakdowns and I'm doing the finishes. Cleaned up a Batman sketch, so I'll probably lay that down on sketch cover to see how it looks. And that's about it for me.
Cool.
All right, so let's go right down the topics right off the bat. Brandon, we had a convention appearance scheduled for February. What is the status of that?
It is canceled.
Oh,
Oh.
I mean, who else think that up at the same
I
time?
didn't cancel it. You can't go Rob's canceling conventions now. You know what I mean?
No,
I didn't
so
go. I
here's
lost a commission. I'm canceling the cons to focus on like that, isn't it? Like,
it is it's the Amazing Arizona convention, which was canceled, and this was you want me to read the statement that was issued about it? We can go
sure.
off that. Okay. Changes in guest policies, the comic market, and social climate were causes to reevaluate moving forward in these cities. Phoenix and Houston are both strong fan communities with multiple genre celebrations throughout the calendar year. While we feel the perspective of amazing comic conventions remains unique, where the architects of pop culture are on the marquee, featuring primarily comic creators. We believe a greater attention can be built by focusing on each of these two calendar dates, which are the Vegas and the Hawaii events.
You think a
So-
bunch of guys who are, politically not in line with Arizona canceled?
Yes. Yes.
You
yes,
think
yes.
that might be it?
Oh, I think that's a major turning point in that. And for those that are wondering, and I'll just say it, George Perez and Huberto Ramos decided not to go to Trump-elected states, feeling they would feel unsafe or not wanted or whatever their feelings are. I don't speak for them, just what I read through all the stuff online. And, it hurts the fans more than anything, and it's a bummer. Ramos hasn't been to Arizona since Sheriff Joe Arpaio was elected our sheriff or whatever. I don't follow politics that much, but he's very anti him, so he stopped coming to Arizona. And that's a bummer because, I've only seen him at one con where I was able to buy a book but not a sketch. But things like that hurt. It sucks that it happens because a lot of comic book nerds, and geeks, and I say that with pride, not anything wrong, are more open. There's a lot of LGBT community involved in comic book culture and all the fandom. And
See, Brandon, here's where the logic, and I gotta jump in here. The logic of this argument, like, okay, you can make that stance. Like, okay, you guys voted for a guy I don't want. Okay, that you can take that stance. The logic doesn't follow for a few reasons. One, it doesn't matter if you're in a red state, communist China. I'm willing to bet North Korea, there are liberal-minded artists everywhere. As a matter of fact, that's why they kind of created these little conventions for them to go to so they can get together. You know what I mean? Like, so, all right, so you're... Two, so those people, okay, we don't... Two, they sell books. I mean, Roberto Ramos works for a major company, and George Perez works for DC, and the other one works for Marvel. Like, they still sell books in Arizona, right? Like, they make their paychecks selling the books. So it's like, the people who are buying your books in those states, are you saying you don't want them to buy your stuff? Or you just don't feel... Now, if you don't feel safe there, that would be an argument to make, except I've never once felt safe in downtown LA. And I went to multiple Wizard Worlds there. Matter of fact, the last Wizard World I was there, my hotel was 1 block up from the Staples Center. You just walk out the convention center, go past Staples Center, go right into the hotel. It's the Figueroa, I think it's called. It's in LA Noir. Okay, the actual hotel. And I almost had a guy like try to kick the shit out of him, just like stare me down, big ghetto dude. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say what color he was, but do the math. You know, like who do you think would be staring down a nerdy guy carrying a bunch of fucking comic books and pens outside the convention? Who do you think? You know what I mean? And like I'm like, if I could, I didn't have my conceal and carry, but if I was, you know what I mean? Like shit would have gone down, dude. So I don't know, man, dude. This is all just the one thing for me, like art and movies and anything I love, I've always kept the politics out of. Like when I was a kid, um, you know, like my family was super, half of them were super right, the other half were super left. Half of them were super military, the other were super, Kennedy Roosevelt. And anti-Vietnam and everything. So I would watch Aliens and I have to get told about how, it's about anti-guns, but then it's also pro-Vietnam, and I don't fucking know, man. Like, I was always like, I just want to watch a movie. I want to think about Ripley and the Space Marines and the fucking aliens. Like my time in a Comic Con was to get away from that. The issues I wanted to hear at Comic Con were about creators' rights, ownership of things creators create, um, you know, gaining, actual exposure for your efforts as a creator, writer, artist, colorist, inkers. Because at the end of the day, who gets all the credit? The imprint, you know? And now it's like, it's broken into, you have, women artist panel, African American artist panel, Chinese Americans panel. And I'm like, at the end of the day, these companies don't really care about that. They just, okay, when Capullo or Scott Snyder or whatever invents the Court of the Owls, and that ends up in a TV show, will they ever see a paycheck from that? Or will the
Nope.
writers of the TV show who wrote that episode see a paycheck forever?
Yep.
That's the fucking thing I want to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing I want to have a talk about, But they won't because they'll lose their fucking jobs, And so this is it's just temper tantruming, at the end of the day, dude. I mean, look, we're artists, and I'm the first person. We know Rob Rage very well. I throw my hands up in the air and get mad about just about anything, So I get it. That's it. I'm not fucking, like, someone just asked in here, what do they thought about the Moana movie? Well, I didn't have time to go see it because I'm busy with these fucking commissions. You know what I mean? People are canceling commissions. So, like, I don't got time for movies. I could do that. I could come up with some nonsense, It's just funny, man. It's like, I was in the Army, and it's like, I served under Bill Clinton and the first George Bush. And I'm going to tell you, at the end of the day, veterans still get fucked, It's like they were saying the other day, like Sarah Palin might have been up to be in charge of the VA. I'm like, why can't you put someone who was in the fucking military who has to go to the VA in charge of the VA?
Right.
That's what I care about. But, okay, George Perez don't want to go to a red state. All right. But what if they were a red state for the last 20 years and then they became blue? Like, those people that were the reds were still there. Like it's all you need is 51%. Like you don't need, it's like, there's a couple hundred votes. Remember Florida in 2000, 700 votes and another way, and then what? You feel safer now? Like, just the logic, dude. It's just emotional outbursts, I personally think the con failed for a couple reasons. One, they don't fucking know how to promote cons anymore. There is almost no way to promote a convention unless you have serious money and you can get the media down there, like Comic-Con, where all these movie companies are coming down and throwing money at a con. They just recently had a convention this weekend in Vegas. Have you heard about that one, Brandon?
Nope.
Well, no one did. So a bunch of people went down there, didn't do shit, and some of the people in the chat room were like, this fucking con is horrible, and they're like, they were saying how the Renaissance Fair in Vegas, people were handing out flyers on the corners and putting up signs, Renaissance Fair, Renaissance Fair, Renaissance Fair. And I never thought about that before. I think it was Ash said that. But it made me start thinking, like, that's right. When the Renaissance Fair comes to town, it's a fucking flyer everywhere. These conventions don't get flyers put up all over the fucking Albertsons, all over the fucking telephone poles, handed out at the car washes. There's no grassroots efforts for conventions. None. What it appears to be to me is a big, at the end of the day, I believe more often than not, I can try to preface and cut myself a little bit of slack here, I think it's a money-making scheme. It's made to get a bunch of vendors down there, that they can also pay for the fucking room, get a bunch of celebrities in there that they can get in and sign some merchandise, get a bunch of fans down there, and then at the end of the day, they just walk away with a few bucks. But very few conventions I've ever been to know how to promote properly.
Yeah.
I mean, at the level of a Renaissance fair. And shit, Brandon, And we just seen it before, right? So this guy that helped found the fucking Phoenix Con that we all know and love, or I used to. We quit that one a long time ago. But we used to know and love. He got booted out. And then he wrote this whole thing 2 years ago about how fucking, there's too many cons. It's like, no, just you got booted out. Stop being a sore sport. And then now he's like, I told you the con was canceled because there's too many cons. I'm like, no, dude. The only way this guy ever promoted the Phoenix Con was at his own store. And he would talk nonstop about, we're going to have Leonard Nimoy. We're going to have Leonard Nimoy. I'm like, no one fucking cares, man. Like, it's the same. So, I mean, and they were saying that a comic shop had a big billboard up with Jim Lee coming to our comic shop in Vegas. So if a comic shop can have a big billboard up saying Jim Lee's coming to their comic shop, where are these conventions putting their money, So
Yeah.
it's ridiculous, dude. So
It's
we won't. Go ahead.
I was just saying, it just, like I said, it hurts fans in the end, and you're not proving anything to anybody. I don't know. It just, for him to say he doesn't feel safe, and then I look at his docket of conventions, and then like he's got a fetish con that he's going to.
Well, he feels safe at a fetish con.
Right. So what? You feel like you might get what? You won't get sexually harassed at a fetish con? Like you feel safe?
Bro,
there.
look, he's just mad, and I get it. The whole country, feels one way or the other about this. I personally don't give a shit. I stand with Greg Capullo. Like, my refuge from politics was to go watch Star Wars in the movie theater, and then I could see it kind of playing out on the big screen, and then there was resolution. The one thing I learned about being in the military is you're never going to get an answer. I mean, look, people have been reading books about Hitler for almost 50, 60, 70, 80 fucking years. No one knows who the guy is to this day, I don't know. You're never going to get answers, man. Life sucks. Read a comic. So, get some resolution. Or go see the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 trailer. Ashley, did you see this?
No.
Great. Brandon, did you?
Ashley, have you ever seen a movie ever?
She has.
Yes.
Don't be mean.
I
Brandon.
have seen a movie.
Don't be. Come with be an asshole. Ashley, did you see the first Guardians one? No? You did,
Yes,
right?
I did. Right. I did see it.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the trailer. It's going to be awesome. So we'll move on from that. I did see the Transformers The Last Night trailer, which came out today. I made Brandon watch it. Brandon, what did you think?
Like all Michael Bay movies, I saw amazing special effects, semi-electronic soundtrack, and explosions, and I have no idea what the fuck's going on. I just heard, one when you're running, and you're running, and you're running, running, space, voiceover,
they're gonna die! Like that kind of...
What's going on here?
That's every Transformers trailer since 2007.
Wait, okay, because like I think the stream is lagging, so all I'm hearing is voices, and I'm not sure.
No,
Don't look at
right.
the pictures while we talk.
Right.
Don't. She's trying to watch a 30-second delay.
Your confusion is exactly what it's like to watch the trailer.
Like, it sounded like Brandon had like 3 voices at once. Then I was like, wait, is that
I do.
Braun and Brandon?
Ashley
I think I
is
just tried
the
to merge
sound.
your names together, Braun or Bram. I don't know. Sorry.
Broden.
Ashley is the sound of continuity in a Transformers movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were a band right there. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it's like to watch the trailer, Ashley. It is just there's a voiceover, there's a Linkin Park song.
We're the auto
Yeah,
dorks.
it's true. No, you're right. There is a
It's just
band.
some form of something going. Does it look beautiful? Yeah, it looks fucking great. The everything looks cool, looks crisp, looks clear, looks IMAX perfection. But again, it's like, are they merging like another Earth with Earth again? I didn't know Optimus Prime is dead. I guess he's dead, and he comes back to life as the bad guy. I don't fucking know. There's knights, there's Nazis, they're going through the whole history of the world. So I guess Autobots have always been around on Earth, and
they already did that in the sequel. Remember when they opened up and there was that there was the caveman. Remember it was the cave chick.
Yeah.
Remember that
It's
one?
just- I don't know. There's been so many. Rob, what'd you think of it?
I think I'm gonna have to sit through that trailer again when I go see Rogue One. I can't wait to hear the What I'm hoping is that, good or bad, China doesn't bail out this movie again. Like, the reason why, like, they have been going down in box office in the States, but in China they keep doing well, and we need China to stop it. Stop it, China. You gotta let Transformers movies be handed off to someone who gives a shit. So I don't know, man. This could be GoBots. It would be the same movie to me. You know what I mean? There's nothing about this that's expressly Transformers. It's giant robots, but it's not Transformers. I don't know. You know what I mean?
There's a new girl in there, and she's like 12. It's a little weird. She wants to fight robots.
They didn't show you the stupid wheelie robot that really is right out of GoBots. There's a Vespa robot that they made specifically for this movie, which I can't wait to see.
I hate that it looks. Listen, I hate that it looks so crisp and clear and detailed. It's like, it fucks with my head. I'm like, this is stupid. This movie's gonna have no point. And then I'm like, man, as an artist, look at the details on those damn robots.
Yeah.
Oh man, look at the landscape. It's insane. The details. This is beautiful. And I'm like, oh shit, this is a horrible movie. Why am I watching this?
Because
then I'm like, and then I walk out of the IMAX theater and I just feel just nothing. I went and saw the last one because my wife likes dinosaurs, and
then they were only at the.
They were in there at the end, yeah, and it just.
You can spoil it. I don't care.
Yeah, it's been out for a couple years.
Yeah.
Spoilers,
Yeah,
for that movie that we don't give.
That movie was. There were some parts that were very dark, and I wasn't expecting it. I was like, "What?" With what's his name? TK.
Fergie's husband.
TK Simmons. I don't know. Anyways, his character. I can't remember. I think I just totally messed up his name.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
TJ Miller. Sorry.
Okay.
TK Simmons.
TK, JK, he merged a few actors
Miller,
in there.
TJ Miller.
TJ Miller.
TK421.
Yeah, I said TK Simmons.
I don't even remember.
Kind of.
Anyways.
Yeah, he was in it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Want to bet you this isn't the last night? How much you want to bet?
No, this is. Well, the next one will be like the sun. I don't fucking know. The dawn. No, that's the beginning. The sun setting of robots. I don't know. They'll do some kind of clever night and day thing.
Armando from the chat room says, "It's funny how much work can be put in the CGI on a film, but they don't really care that much about the script." Well, I mean, that's how it works.
Destruction porn.
They come up with sequences before they even write scripts. Put it that way. They'll be like, "We're going to do this thing, and then there's going to be Nazis and wizards. Go write a script with Transformers." That's what they do. People get paid. Artists always do their. I mean, well, I won't say always because sometimes. If you want to see a really bad trailer, go look up Pika Pow. You know what this is?
No.
So in Brazil, Woody Woodpecker is called Pika Pow because I guess it took off because it kind of sounds like Pikachu. And the guy who made the Carrot Top movies directing this, it's the last time he made a movie, it was Carrot Top. And it's like, take the formula from those Alvin and the Chipmunks and Smurfs films and apply a 3D Studio Max budget and an iPhone for like a camera and and just put it all in Brazil, and just watch what happens with Pika Pow. Go sit through that, So I guess as Transformers fans, we're just gonna have to wait another 5 films until Michael Bay gets done with his. What would be a quintrilogy is 9 films. What's a 10 trilogy?
Is this the 6th one?
It's 5th.
No,
That Brazil film with the woodpecker. Yeah, that's Woody Woodpecker.
Oh,
Pika Pow.
sorry.
I think this is the 6th one.
Six what?
This is the 5th. No, this is the 5th Transformers.
5th. Yeah, it's the 5th.
Yeah.
Don't argue with me.
I
But
know.
we know Brandon's good at
Oh,
counting,
it's 5th.
right? He's pretty good at that.
Hey, I'm the one doing the timestamps. I know my stuff.
I can look at the clock and tell what time it is. Great. I am Groot.
Hey, Rob, guess what?
Chicken butt.
Yep. Luke Cage got greenlit for season 2.
Yay.
It's awesome.
I'm actually excited, but
did
I
you
mean,
watch it?
I got to get through Iron Fist and Defenders first, so I'll get excited about it when it's actually coming up, I mean,
I forget.
There's
I was
Iron
like,
Fist,
mm-hmm.
Defenders, Jessica
Yep.
Jones season 2, and maybe
Uh-huh.
Daredevil season 3 before that. And if they're all 10 hours, that's 40 hours of TV show I got to get through first. You know? Thoughts on Disney Moana? Armando, I have not seen it yet because I've been busy working on commissions. No, I've, I've been working on commissions. I was supposed to go see it last Tuesday, but I couldn't because my wife wasn't feeling well. And then I was going to go tomorrow, but I can't because I have to decorate a Christmas tree. And the reason why I've been trying to go on Tuesday nights is it's $5 at this movie theater. And I'm trying to stick to a budget with these films, you know? So I will see it. If not this week, next week. So have not seen it yet, so no spoilers. Not looking forward to the songs. Probably go to sleep, you know, during those bits. But I don't like musicals. I like Singing in the Rain, kind of, and kind of Moulin Rouge, I guess.
That is, yeah, Moulin Rouge for sure.
You know, I'm back and forth
Yeah.
on that one.
Pass.
No,
So,
yeah. What?
Well, I
Pass.
don't have to. I don't have to. I don't have to. I'm not dating anymore, Ashley. So I could say I don't like it. Like, no, I like the movie. It's like I'm not gonna sit and just watch it by myself. It's a good date movie. If it's you got a date,
What are you
hey,
talking
watch
about? Wait, which movie are we talking
Moulin
about?
Rouge, Ashley.
Yeah, I first saw that movie when I was in 4th grade, and it was really crazy. I was like, "What?" I loved it.
So, but it'll be pretty. So I'll go see it. But I'm not spending more than $5. 5 mulas. That's my budget. So I know I'm going to see Rogue Squadron twice, and I could for the more than I'll end up paying for the film to own it. So it's fucking ridiculous. Sorry, Rogue One. What else we got to talk about here? Brandon, you actually got an art topic. You actually got an art
Yes, I
topic.
have an art topic. Here we
Okay.
go. All right. Staying true to the original material when you're taking over staying true to the original material when taking over a project, i.e., comics, covers, movies. You and Ashley recently been working on some stuff where you do the cover for the book, and then Ashley's doing some interior stuff. How much do you really like to stay with your source material, and how much do you like to improvise? I guess I could ask both of you. What you kind of play off of that. I mean, do you feel like you're stuck staying true to what's been done before, or do you feel like you still want to make it your own moving forward? And I mean, that can go where anything. If you take over a book or a cover or anything like that, because all the time comic books get different artists and writers taking over, and I know they try to put their own spin on it, but how much do you feel like you have leeway when you do it? I mean, do you like going a little bit far?
I get no leeway.
That's-
What are you talking about? I can't even draw Mega Man without getting fucking notes. Mega Man.
But the Megavisions guys are really they're not strict.
Well, this is the difference. Are you working for a licensor or are you working for
Yeah.
a person? See, if you're just like working with a person, then you can put your own design on it. If you're working for a licensor and you're not famous, then you're fucked. That's it. Because you're just gonna get endless notes. Each one of these companies have an art director and a committee that puts your art on a wall and endlessly fucking critiques it. I think the best example of this would be I got it right here. I was just reading it this morning to make myself chuckle. The Art of Drew Struzan. It's this one, the thin black one. This is the one you want. I have the giant au revoir one. That's not the one you want. This is the one you want. Why? It's written in his own words. The dude actually wrote it. And he gets into this discussion about, I gotta be careful how much I show, about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, right? And he's doing this Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And the first Raiders, he had one design. Let me see if I can. He had one design, and he made the poster. And on this one, he had, what was it, 500 he did in a month, And he didn't even get to paint them. Yeah, he says, in a month, we did 500 comps. No kidding, until we came up with both the advance and the release posters. But my job had vanished into a computer, and the studio was constantly second-guessing the design. Add a snake, add a motorcycle, more natives, make them running. They printed the both posters out, I painted them. They had to hire another guy to color in Photoshop because they didn't have time. And then they just gave away the poster at an IMAX screening. It wasn't even the official poster. So, Drew Struzan can't fucking get away from this, Who can?
Yeah.
Like with this Grand Theft Auto cover, I gotta make certain it looks like the characters. But what I won't do is trace over or redraw CG models. Not gonna do it. Like how many times people go, "Here's my Civil War art," and they just redrew the promo art of Iron Man.
Yeah.
They just looked at it and redrew it. Wonderful. Congratulations, you're a brilliant artist. You know what I mean? I don't care about that. Don't give a shit. You know, it's not what I'm interested in. You know, like I, you know, so what GTA game specifically? None. It's about the anniversary. So the original game anniversary. So it's going to feature the other characters with a bunch of the original games and stuff like that. So it's not going to be like a whole heist picture or something. So you know, that's like with the Mega Man thing. Someone was saying how well, you know, we got a comment from one of our followers who was saying how he thought Mega Man, the way I drew him, looked kind of like a girl. I'm like, that wasn't their argument. Their argument was that he looked too old. You know, like,
That was yeah, and I didn't think he looked too old. I didn't think he looked like
you know what? He
girl
he
either.
just didn't look like they drew him. You know,
Right.
I
That's yeah,
know
that's the
what
thing.
they want, so that's why I
Yeah.
just took one of their faces, traced over it, and gave them the art. And I don't put it's not on my portfolio. The drawing will be somewhere, but the final piece won't be anywhere. I'm not a disavow of it. You know.
Yeah.
So, and even then, if you try to like design a character, and let's say you're working on a book, it's going to take at least a minimum of 3 of anything, 3 books, 3 covers, 3 of some process to get um to get your look or style down. Like actually, you know, when like you kind of followed a little bit like what I was doing with the Toe Jam and Earl, but you definitely had your own spin on it, right? You know what I mean? It wasn't like you were just redrawing what I drew by any measure.
No. Right.
So,
Yeah, I had to do research for that. You know, you just got to research everything, and sometimes you're kind of like pulling a lot of things together, and then it just kind of pops out. I guess I don't know. That's a
but like
weird
your
way to
recent
explain
Akira
it.
piece, you didn't feel the need to go and redraw a Tomo art, right? Or redraw.
No, like yeah, I was just like, I'm just gonna do the best I can in the
But that's
way I,
because
you know,
it's
in my style.
that's because it's a commission, you know.
Yeah,
Now, if that's
exactly.
for Dark Horse, guess what?
Yeah, they'd be like,
You know. So
Yeah,
unless you're like a J. Scott Campbell or somebody who's got a name already, Mark
right.
Brooks,
Then they're like, yeah,
you know, like that's what you know. And so what I've been trying to do is position myself where I'm only making things where I interpret. You understand what I mean? So when they hire me to do something, they're hiring me to interpret. It's starting to work. Megavisions is doing it. The game magazine's doing it. Other people who've offered jobs and like, you know, work here and there. Like I just did that Jungle Girl cover. I didn't draw the girl as she looks in the comic verbatim. I did my interpretation. You know.
yeah,
So the more you stick to this, the more they'll come to you for that. If I before I was the guy who I could flip any style, man. You know, like I understand construction, so I can do different styles. But like the Skylanders covers, they paid nice. IDW was great. They look cool, but I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? Like it's just generic licensed art. In t-shirts we call it style guides. You know, the style guides come down and there's this generic. It's with the Iron Man pictures where you know when you see the Marvel movie now, it's all those pictures, that artwork of you know those paintings of like the Hulk and Chris Evans and flipping
Hmm.
around. You know, it's not comic book art anymore. It's the stuff from the movies. That's all style guide art. Each one of those ones is a full figure that's fully drawn and airbrushed or traced over with 3D model bits, and you know they go through a whole company and they come out to you and they drag them around and place them. There you go. So um, that's what I don't want to do. Case in point, I don't know if you've all seen the new. Did you see the Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite trailer?
Oh, look like garbage.
Looks like fucking horse shit, man.
It's
Like
horrible.
it's so generic. Ashley, did you ever play like the Marvel vs. Capcom games or any of the 2D Capcom fighters or anything like that?
yeah, I think so, but not those.
Yeah, they used to look amazing. Now it just looks like
They had the front art with your characters playing were cool, badass, cell shaded, anime mix looking comic art. In the background, you had nice painted, whatever you want to call it. I just say painted backgrounds that had nice depth to it. So you had the crisp and
back in the
clear in
day.
front. Yeah, you had crisp and clear in the front where your characters fight. In the back, you had the painted background with maybe a little bit of stuff going on, maybe a guy walking or firecrackers going off, whatever, animation in the back. But it looked good. It looked beautiful. Rob showed me this game a while back. Was it Guilty Gear? Is
Guilty
that what it's
Gear
called?
Exert. I'm gonna put this right here.
Okay.
Desktop. you can see Captain America. Let me turn the sound off. Like,
H.
look at this. This is what this game looks like. This is ridiculous. This looks like a bad mobile game.
Yeah. Felix says they made Captain Marvel a freaking Super Saiyan.
It's just so
Yeah.
generic. No lighting, no art design. No, it's just CG models all overlying, tons of blooms and sparks. No shadows ever on anybody. So they're all perfectly clear, so you can see them, just like style guide art. Meanwhile, I was
Yeah.
showing Guilty Gear Xrd. So I made this little. I don't make memes often, but I got pissed off. So I was like, MVC Infinite's art direction, more of this, Guilty Gear Xrd, and less of this, which is the recent Fatal Fury 15 or King of Fighters 15, which is fucking dog shit. You know? This right here, this top one, is 3D. But they limited the frames and rendered the characters so they move 2D. You fight in a 2D plane, but then they can do
Yeah.
all these crazy 3D effects. It's a beautiful game, man. I mean, as an artist, you go, oh my god, that's so artistic. There's just something so not artistic about Marvel anything anymore. You know, it's like someone was saying that in the Twitter, like, well, they're trying to make sure that they can appeal to the mass. I'm like, it hasn't fucking worked. Stop appealing to the mass. The mass doesn't give it. They see one thing when it's new, and then when they see it again, they go, appeal to the diehards, dude, that are gonna talk your shit up, and then bring their friends and tell them how great it is, and then the mass will follow along. What movie looked like Star Wars before Star Wars? You know, like if he had appealed to the mass science fiction fans at the time, dude, instead of the fucking little war. You know what I mean? The mass film at the time was, maybe correct that. Mass film at the time was like the Towering Inferno. Got a bunch of celebrity dudes and ties to sit around and stare and look worried for fucking 3 hours. That would have been great. Wonderful. You know. Just,
Couple things here real quick from the chat. Felix, when you said she looked like Super Saiyan, I think in the game they do this thing called when Captain Marvel goes binary. It's from the comics, so she gets all like lit up and her hair starts catching fire.
but it's just not even artistic looking.
No,
Like
no.
Street Fighter V is an artistic looking game. They might have DLC'd the living fucking shit out of it. But have you seen Street Fighter V, Ashley?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
Yeah, it looks cool, right? Like it's
Yeah.
it looks cool. Yeah, this does not look like that.
Yeah.
This is like
And
the
then,
mobile version.
Josh White says Guilty Gear XRD is beautiful. Devin says Hot Tub Time Machine is hilarious. And Felix says they should make it fucking 2D again. So
Xrd's the best compromise between all. They should give it to Arc System Works. You know who should get the fucking Arc System Works? The guys that made Guilty Gear XZ? They should get the DC license. Fucking make, a DC versus Nintendo fucking game. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. But we're just gonna. I don't know, man. Just as an artist, it's like I used to be really inspired by the Capcom games. They're like playing living little anime things, And now I just look at this and I'm like, I just hate. I hate it. I hate it.
hate it.
I hate it. I hate it more than losing a commission. More than I hate Brandon's random references to movies no one's seen.
Great White Buffalo.
All right. So, Ashley, what are you up to this week?
Ordering prints for the Kickstarter and writing Velthanius beats and drawing Velthanius art. A lot of Velthanius, always. And starting the Yakuza interior cover art. So yeah, for Megavisions.
Wow, you're
That's
getting
what
ahead
I'm
of you're getting ahead of yourself. It's
I
not
am, but
due till January,
I'm listing
mid-January.
I'm listing out all of the things.
Okay.
Like,
All right. I was like, I don't have to do that till mid-Jan.
There's
Overachiever.
there's not really a particular order. That's just coming up. Let's put it that way.
Sounds good. Brandon, what are you up to this week?
Nothing. No.
Sleeping, complaining.
I wish I could sleep. No, as soon as we get off this podcast, I'm going to timestamp the shit out of it, write a description, print out these final Batman lines so I can lay them down on a sketch cover, and work on that this week, get that colored up, and do the background all pretty, and start working on the other 5x7s and get those at least going, and do some timestamps here and there. So timestamping and drawing.
And I will be working on One Punch Copics here in a minute. So I got to print it out. We're going to get started and work on that and move forward with life. Beautiful. All right, everybody. All of our links, contact info is below. Please like, share, distribute the fucking podcast. Let everyone know about SketchCraft. Also, by the way, if you have any comments or questions, future crafties in the future watching this, feel free to leave your comments below. I answer everything. You can email me directly, rob@sketchcraft. It's right here, sketchcraft.com. It should be .com. Or just reach me just about anywhere on the internet. All right, everybody. We will see you all very soon. Say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Great white. Buffalo. Sound of Brandon bombing.